What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Financial Wolf channel. So in today's video, we are going to be discussing how you guys can get started in phone flipping. So today's video is going to be a guide for you guys who are just getting started in this industry, and I'm going to show you guys what you need to do to buy your first phone and start making profits. Getting right into the main topic of today's video, the first thing you guys need to do to get started in phone flipping is to post ads. So posting ads is really key because that's how you will get people to come to you with their phones, and you won't have to go out there offering on phones and lowballing people. Posting ads will get people to come to you, and you can call the price. You don't have to compete with other people for a phone. So you can post ads on multiple platforms, places like Craigslist, OfferUp, Letgo, and even Facebook advertising. Me personally, I get about 98% of my business in the last couple of months from Craigslist. I do a lot of business on Craigslist. I make a lot of money from Craigslist. I'm looking to get into Facebook ads, but I feel like that's a little bit more advanced. I'm learning about it right now. I'm really looking into Facebook ads. But for you guys that are just starting, I suggest you start out with Craigslist and OfferUp. Maybe even Letgo. Start with the free platforms because you might not have a lot of capital. Just get started. Start posting ads on Craigslist, OfferUp, and Letgo. And I guarantee you, if you're posting ads correctly, you will get people to come to you with their phones, and it's really not that complicated. Just to give you guys an idea, here's an example of one of my Craigslist ads. In the title, I just put wanted iPhones, iPads, Apple Watches. So the title always depends. A lot of times your Craigslist ads will get flagged, and titles like this have been working for me. I've been posting in the wanted by owner section, and I've always been putting wanted in the title. That has really helped my ads stick better. And then in the description, I basically have just said that I buy any new or used Apple products and I pay cash for them. And I also told them my contact information and I listed it down below for them to let me know what phone they have for sale. All in all, guys, Craigslist is an excellent platform for you guys to start getting leads on phones. I post 4 to 6 ads every single day on Craigslist. I post multiple times a day. This will lessen my chance of getting my ads flagged. Usually I can get about 3 of my ads to stick in a day, and it's really been effective. I'm getting multiple people coming to me with their phones every single day, and I'm picking up a phone almost every single day. So for those of you guys that are just getting started, make a Craigslist account, post 4 to 6 ads every single day, post multiple times a day, and also sign up for platforms like Letgo and OfferUp, and post a couple ads on those platforms. They haven't been as popular anymore. I haven't been getting as many leads. Me personally, it might work better for you guys. So I suggest if you guys are just getting started, post on Craigslist, OfferUp, and Letgo if it's popular in your area. And maybe if you're not getting any deals, start lowballing people. Maybe they'll accept and you'll get a phone for a cheap price. And I guarantee you, if you're doing all of these things consistently, you should easily get a deal in the first week. The next thing I want to go into is how you guys can offer on phones and negotiate with people when they come to you with a phone to sell. When an individual comes to you with a phone they want to sell, there's a couple questions you need to ask. First, of course, you want to ask, what type of phone is it? So in this case, I'm going to give an example. Let's say they have an iPhone 8 Plus to sell you. It has 64 gigabytes, and it's for the carrier Verizon. So it's important to ask the questions, what type of phone is it? What carrier is it for, and how many gigabytes does it have? Once the seller gives you the type of phone they have for sale, the amount of gigabytes the phone has, and what carrier it's for, go on eBay.com and plug this information in on the eBay website. Then once you have done this, go ahead and scroll down to sold listings. And here you can see all of the sold listings for this phone, and you can see what the phone is selling for. Another good thing to plug in is the condition. I didn't mention this earlier. Always ask the condition of the device. It may be brand new, it may be used, it most likely will be used, it might be cracked, and you can plug this information in on eBay. Whatever they tell you, plug it in on eBay, and you can see what the phone is selling for. So in this case, the phone sells for about $500. After I determine what the phone is going to sell for, I plug it in on my calculator. So we determined that this iPhone 8 Plus 64 gigabyte for Verizon will sell for about $500 on eBay. So this is on eBay, but if you're first getting started, I suggest you resell locally if you don't have a lot of capital built up. So in my area, I could probably sell an iPhone 8 Plus for Verizon for about $460, and it would sell within a couple of days. So that would be an easy profit. So you want to buy the phone for about $360. That would probably be my go-to price, but I wouldn't go any higher than $400 because in that case, I'd still be making $60 on the device, and that is a pretty good profit. When you guys are first getting started flipping phones, I suggest you resell locally because this will really keep your capital on hand at all times. Because if you're going through a platform like eBay, you're going to have to wait for PayPal holding times, and that is 7 to 21 days. So unless you guys have at least like $2,000, I don't suggest you sell on a platform like eBay. Maybe try Mercari. They have about a 4 or 5 day holding period after transfers and holding time. So either sell locally or maybe even try Mercari if you have a little bit of capital, maybe about $1,000 you can sell on Mercari. And if you don't have a lot of money at all, maybe like $200, resell locally. After you have told the seller what you would like to offer them for your phone, it is time to negotiate. So a lot of times sellers will not accept a price like $360 for an iPhone 8 Plus 64 gigabyte Verizon because they have some idea that they can sell it for more money. Some things you can leverage is that the device is used and the new iPhones have come out and this phone is an older model, so the value of course has declined. So a lot of times people will be like, oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. The new iPhones have come out. That's why the phone is worth less money. People can really relate to that, and that is a thing I use a lot of times to negotiate when I'm trying to offer on a phone. So with a seller, a lot of times they'll accept. It really depends on the type of person, and you can always leverage as well that you can meet them today. Always say, I can give you the cash today, or set a date at least. Be like, I can meet you tomorrow and pay cash. I can meet you tonight and pay cash. I can meet you Wednesday and pay cash, something like that. Give them an exact day that you can pay them for their phone. And a lot of times they'll be like, I just want to get rid of it. I'll take the cash, whatever. Once you and the seller have agreed on a price and you've set a location to meet, it is time to check out the phone in person. So this is a mistake a lot of beginners make when they are first getting started with phone flipping. They don't know what to check on the phone and they don't know how to make sure the phone is fully functional. So a lot of mistakes I made in the beginning, a lot of money I lost had to do with this vital step. I didn't know what to check for. I didn't know what an IMEI was. I didn't know what a SIM lock was. I didn't know what unlocked meant. I didn't know what iCloud locked meant. Stuff like that. Basic cell phone terms I just didn't understand because I was new to the industry. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys what you need to check for before you purchase a phone to resell. There are quite a few things you have to check before you purchase a phone to resell. I could probably make a whole separate video on that, about 7-8 minutes long, but I just want to make one basic beginner's guide for those of you that are getting started in phone flipping and let you guys know what you need to know. And this is a great starter video for you guys who are just getting started in this industry. So getting right into it, the first thing you want to check on a phone before you resell it is the IMEI. So there are multiple ways to search for the IMEI. One way is on the box. It is the second barcode and it says IMEI and it's a 15-digit long code and it begins with a 3. So the IMEI is a very important thing because it will tell you if the phone is financed, blacklisted, or something like that if it's not paid off. And you will always want to negotiate on a phone if it is a bad ESN. And I will let you guys know some strategic things that I do when the IMEI goes bad. I apologize I can't show you guys all of the ways that you can check the IMEI on a phone. The only two phones I have in stock right now are two iPhone XS Maxes sealed, so I don't want to open the seals just to show you guys. So unfortunately, you guys will have to do some extra research. It's really not too difficult to find the IMEI on a phone. So what you guys need to do next is look up on Google AT&T IMEI check, or you can use SICW. But if you're first getting started, just use the free version and type in on Google AT&T IMEI check. And maybe even type in IMEI Pro, actually, because that's the one you want to use. It doesn't look like I got the one I want. So here, AT&T IMEI check. Type the IMEI in here. It should be 15 digits long. Confirm you're not a robot and check it. And it will tell you if it's a clean ESN or bad ESN. If it's green, it's a clean ESN. If it's red, dark red, it's a bad ESN. If the phone ends up being a bad ESN, you're going to have to sell it on a platform like eBay or Mercari. So if you're first getting started, this may be unfortunate for you because your capital will be tied up longer. So if you're just getting started, maybe ask for the IMEI ahead of time so you can check it and make sure it's all good to go before you meet the person. And if it's a bad ESN, don't buy it because you don't want to wait super long to get all of your money back. If you guys are a little bit more willing to wait the extra time to get your funds released, or you simply have a little bit more capital built up for phone flipping, go ahead and buy the bad ESN phone. So a bad ESN iPhone 8 Plus 64 gigabyte will sell for about $400 on a platform like eBay. So you have to account for that 14% eBay and PayPal fee because eBay takes about 10%, PayPal takes approximately 4%, and you also want to account for $7 in shipping cost. So that puts your break even about at $337. So I would offer the individual $260, but I wouldn't go any higher than $280 because that would make me about a $57 profit in the worst case scenario. When leveraging to get the bad ESN phone at a lower price, always say that you have to pay the phone off at the carrier before it can be used on a service, because this is true with bad ESN phones. You can't use it on the carrier until it is paid off. You can't use it on your personal plan until the phone is completely paid off and there's no balance on it. So you always have to leverage that, and you always say, like, I'm going to be paying double for this device. That is the best I can offer you. And people will usually understand and they will accept your offer. The next thing you want to check before purchasing a phone to resell is the iCloud. So all you need to do to check the iCloud is go on the settings and see if there is a email linked to the device. If it just says sign in, you're all good to go. If there's an email, ask the person to sign out. If they don't know the password, it's iCloud locked, don't buy it. If they know the password and they're signed out, you're all good to go. Or even ask them to factory reset the phone and the iCloud will be removed anyway because they'll have to enter the passcode. So it'll be all good to go. Just make sure there's no email or account linked to the phone. So the next thing you have to check before you purchase a phone to resell is if the phone is SIM locked or not, because a lot of times people will tell you their phone is unlocked, and that will actually increase the value of the device. So a platform I use to check if a phone is SIM locked is I use SICW. It is a paid platform, but it costs like 10 cents per SIM lock check or per basic Apple info check. That is the thing you click on to check if a phone is SIM locked or not. So I use SICW. You have to put like 20 bucks in, just PayPal SICW 20 bucks, and you can do a ton of checks. I still haven't ran out of the initial $20, and I've been using SICW for quite a while. It will tell you if the phone is SIM locked. Just go on SICW.com, create an account, put $20 in there, and type in the IMEI when you meet up for a phone, and check and click basic Apple info, and it will tell you if it's SIM locked or not. So some more basic things you want to check before you purchase a phone to resell is the volume button, the home button, and the power off button. So you want to check these buttons, make sure they work. Just click the volume up and down, make sure the little screen volume thing moves with it. Make sure it works, just make sure everything's good. Make sure the home button works, make sure the power off button works, make sure everything works. Those are more basic things you have to check before you purchase a phone, but they are very important. Very rarely have I had an instance where these buttons don't work. I think once I bought a phone and they didn't tell me that the home button doesn't work, and in that case I just didn't buy the phone. I don't bother with phones with broken buttons. It's just kind of a pain to sell those devices. Another thing I always check before I purchase a phone is I make sure the ringer is on and I turn up the volume all the way, and then I go to the text messaging app and I just type in random letters on the keyboard and I make sure it makes that clicky sound, and I make sure the volume is 100% good to go. And every single time I've purchased a phone, the volume's been fine, but just make sure you check that. And if the volume is not good, if it doesn't end up working, just don't buy the phone. Don't bother with that stuff because it's hard to buy and resell those devices. The final things I check on a phone before I go and resell it are cosmetic issues. Usually these are pretty clear before I purchase a phone to resell, but sometimes people will try to pull a fast one and they'll lie to you about the phone's condition. So a few times I've had people come to me with phones, they told me it was 100% like pretty much brand new condition, and then they came to me and the phone had a cracked back. Like stuff like that. So reappraise the phone, give them an offer that you would actually pay for a cracked back phone. So that's stuff that I'll actually buy. So I'll buy phones with like cracked backs, cracked screens. I'll just reappraise the phone on eBay when I'm meeting them in person and make sure that I'm still going to make a profit on these devices. The next thing I check is the screen. And I know that's kind of the same thing as cracks, but this is a little bit different. I make sure the screen is reactive. Like sometimes screens are a little laggy, and I don't buy phones with screens that are like completely like they have like dead spots. After you have checked all the things that I mentioned in today's video, you are good to go. Go ahead and give the seller his or her money, take the phone, take it home, list it on a platform like OfferUp or Craigslist, and sell it locally if you're first getting started, and have less than like $1,500 saved up. If you already are starting with like $1,500, you can sell a phone on like eBay or Mercari. You're good to go. You don't have to worry too much about PayPal holdings or just wait time in general. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it brought a ton of value to you guys who are just getting started in phone flipping and are a little bit new to this industry. I hope this video helped you guys so much. Please be sure to give it a like and also subscribe to be in the first 500 subscribers to my YouTube channel.